Hey guys, Sam here from keycommerce.com. In this video, you're going to learn how to think like a marketer and diagnose the problem of not having any sales for your store. Maybe you're running some ads right now and you're just not getting sales, or you're spending too much to get your sales. Well, in this video, I'm going to break it down for you so you can figure out what the heck is going on, why aren't you getting sales, or why are you paying too much for your sales, and diagnose the problem, find the bottleneck, find the pain point, and then fix that. Because I can't just answer that question, hey, why aren't I getting sales? Just from that, you need to look at the data, guys. Look at your store and see where that problem is. And I'm going to teach you how to do that in this video. So first thing that I want to teach you guys is that selling a product is taking your customer on a journey. So they start the journey over here and you want to take them all the way over here from A to B. That's what you got to think, like how you got to think about this. And just like there's a buyer's funnel, just there's a conversion journey with your e-commerce store. And this is the point where they say, okay, they start searching. So let me put in here traffic. And a lot of people, they focus on the traffic side and they forget all the stuff in between before the actual purchase. Sorry for my terrible writing. I'm writing with a mouse and it is really, really hard to do that while I'm thinking at the same time. Anyway, so they start off as a traffic and you're trying to get them to the purchase. So the different stages on this journey is going to be the first one, which is impressions. So the impressions are how many eyeballs actually see your ads. I'm going to talk about Google Ads in this example because it's really, really easy to explain and understand. So you create some Google search ads, even shopping ads in your Google Ads account for your e-commerce store. And you can see in there's a column called impressions. This means how many people actually see your ad. Doesn't have anything to do with clicks. It's all about just viewing that ad. And someone might search and your ad is going to be at the very, very bottom. You're still going to count an impression even if they haven't scrolled down. That's really important to remember. The next thing that they do is they click. Terrible handwriting again. So they're going to then click your ad. And they're going to, so when they click their ad, of course, they go to your website. If it's a shopping campaign, they go to your product page. So they then view the product page. The next thing they do is they're going to hopefully add to cart. So you see the journey here. You see what I'm explaining. This is all going to make sense in the middle when I wrap it all together. So they add to cart. They go to the checkout. So they go to the cart or go to the checkout, and then they actually purchase over here. So there's this flow here that every single person that purchases from your store, they go through this. Unless they email you and ask you to create a custom order or something like that. No, you're looking at all the people that go through an automated funnel, which is search ads, shopping ads, impressions, clicks, add to cart, checkout, and then they finally purchase. They put in their credit card and they actually purchase. Now, you can see here when you say, hey, I'm not getting any conversions, the problem could be any of these points right here. Any of these points. Usually you're getting clicks if someone's asking that, but that may not even be the case as well. What I recommend you do is you start here and you work your way backwards. Of course, you're not getting impressions, but are you getting your customers or your traffic getting to your checkout? And you can look at this in your Google Analytics. Make sure that they're actually visiting that page, the checkout. Are they adding to cart? That's something you can also track in Shopify too. Are these people adding to cart? Are they even getting to your website? Maybe you're showing all these ads, you're getting impressions, but no one's clicking because you're bidding so low, so you're at the very bottom of the results, so no one's scrolling down. Or maybe your ad copy isn't enticing, and so no one wants to click it. That could be a thing as well. So you may have a lot of impressions and not many clicks. And each of these different points has some sort of metric that you can measure, which is impressions are just total impressions, clicks, total clicks, but you can also have your click-through rate. So I just did a video where I created some search ads for a gardening store, and I actually looked at the click-through rate after a week of running those campaigns. I accidentally left them on, and I still showed you guys that data that I generated from those campaigns. And these campaigns that I just created had a 10% click-through rate across that search campaign. They weren't brand keywords. There was a product brand, but they were just product searches. That had a 10% click-through rate. That shows that, with my experience working with so many e-commerce stores, that's very, very good. The click-through rate, you want to get over 3%, of course, but 5%, 10% is a really good point. And that shows that when people are searching, either you're showing very, very high up and if you bid aggressively. This campaign, I wasn't bidding aggressively. I was actually, I was bidding, the bids weren't that high comparatively to many, many stores I've worked with. Depends on the niche, of course, but you're bidding very aggressively, so you're getting that top position. Or your ads are also very relevant towards what people are searching for. So if you're getting a lot of impressions but no clicks, maybe you need to improve the relevancy of your ads. Make sure that they're very, very targeted towards what people are searching for. But you're also looking at maybe add to cart. So people get to your site, they visit the page, but then very few of them actually add to cart. Well, do you have a clear CTA near the top of your page? Is it a bright color? Is that button really small? Maybe it's like you're sending people to a page where the product is out of stock. Sounds like a silly mistake, but a lot of people make this mistake. So of course they're not going to add to cart. And so you got to think about like, okay, what's stopping someone from adding to cart on this page? How can I get them to add to cart better? And so as you look at this whole process, you see how I'm trying to teach you, think like a marketer, because you diagnose, it's like a doctor. You go to a doctor, they're going to look at you, listen to what you say, look at all the data that you give them, and then they're going to think, okay, what's the best solution here? What's the problem? Like how can I label this problem? And then what's the solution? If people aren't adding to cart, well then there's a lot of reasons that could happen. Maybe your button, like I said, your button isn't visible. It's below the fold. Maybe it's very small. Maybe it's a terrible color. But maybe the product is out of stock. Maybe you're sending them to a page where they have to. Maybe you're sending them to the home page, and then they have to click through the product and then add to cart. So you're giving them an extra step they have to go through before they even get to the next checkpoint, which is add to cart. And maybe they add to cart, they go to checkout, but they never check out. Or maybe you're having a problem with maybe Shopify is messing up, or maybe you're using WooCommerce and there's actually an error with whatever payment processor you have integrated. And so when they click buy or they click checkout process, it doesn't process the order because it just errors. And so of course they're never going to purchase even though they get to the checkout. Maybe as well, they see your shipping. Maybe you've got such high shipping rates that they look at that and go, oh, I'm just going to go look at a competitor. And the competitor has lower shipping, even though they include that in the price. So they have maybe they have a lower profit margin, but they're going to go, okay, well, I'm just going to buy from the competitor. So that could be another reason why they don't check out. You see here, I'm looking at all these different points and going, okay, what stops this person from getting to the next stage? What stops them from going to checkout to purchase? And that's why you work backwards, because you work backwards and see, okay, where is there a lot more traffic and then nothing getting through that point? Where's the blockage? Okay, let's fix that blockage. And this is all part of conversion rate optimization, which is, you're improving the conversion rate of your store. You're looking at how that person flows through your funnel and trying to maximize every single point, because you could just focus on getting more clicks. But you know that that's going to be more expensive. If you can improve add to carts and checkouts, then that's not going to cost you any more money except for just time. And you're taking advantage of the clicks you already are getting and you're paying for. So it just makes so much sense, guys. I hope this makes sense. The penny is dropping. It's all about this journey and helping get that person through that journey. And if there's a problem, they're not going to message you. Sometimes they will. They'll email you, hey, your site sucks because of this. That's great feedback. But you're trying to get that feedback from them. Well, how can you get that feedback, that data? Well, you can make sure Google Analytics is installed. I've got a video on how to install it. I'll leave a link in the description. Very important video, super easy to set up. And then you'll be able to check the flow and how many people reach certain pages. But something else that can be even easier to understand is installing Hotjar. And I've recommended Hotjar a few times on my channel here. It's basically some free software. There's a free version, which is more than enough for you guys, that you can install on your website, and it creates screen recordings of your traffic. So someone goes and clicks your ad, they get to your website, and you can watch them, their mouse move, them scroll down the page, clicking to different pages. It's almost like you're watching over their shoulder, and you can see, where do they leave? Do they go down and they go straight to the reviews and there's no reviews and then they just click out? Maybe that means, hey, they're not going to add to cart until they get some more social proof, some more trust. So you need to get some more reviews, user-generated content, get that on that page, and make sure it's really, really visible, and then show them that, other people love this product too, and that encourages them to go, okay, I trust these guys, I'm going to purchase this product. And so that Hotjar software, it's awesome. I've got a video on how to install that as well. I'll put that in the description. Great software. We use it on almost all of our clients when we can, or we recommend it to our clients, because it'll open up your eyes about the problems on your site. And I've worked with many stores where we'll do their Google Ads and Google Shopping, and then we'll recommend a lot of strategies to improve this flow, because we'll spend a lot of time here, impressions and clicks, getting that really dialed in, but then the client will actually work on their site and the rest of the journey, and that it just makes our work so much better. Something else I haven't talked about too much is the quality of the traffic. One last thing, if you've checked your whole journey and people aren't moving through it, well, it may not be a problem with the journey you've created, but the people that you're trying to target. Maybe the people you're targeting with your Facebook ads, your Google ads, are not the people that want your product. Maybe your keywords, you've chosen the wrong keywords. Check the search terms report. What are they searching for? Maybe you're using really broad keywords, broad match type, and the broad match type, and those people they're looking for something else. Maybe they just want to read about the topic. See here, even if you have the best conversion funnel in the world, if you're just getting people that just want to read a blog, they're not going to purchase. You're going to still have a low conversion rate. So that's something else to think about. Really make sure the intent of your traffic is there. Once you have that dialed in, the rest of it, you just got to fix those other bits. And if you're running Google Shopping campaigns, it's generally Google can figure out the intent really, really well. It's often search campaigns that have a problem, they struggle with that. But even then, if you don't optimize your product feed and you don't add the right titles in there and Google doesn't know what you're selling, that's also going to result in terrible traffic. So that's where I would start. Usually I look at the whole funnel, but one of the first places I go is either at the very end and work my way backwards, or go straight to the search terms report and see what are people searching to get onto this website, and see, are these the sort of people that are going to be customers? And you can use your brain. It may take a bit of experience. It's a bit of an art form, but you can usually tell if you look at the search terms report, if they're searching for something that is just your product or something totally different, or they look like they're in the research phase where they're higher up in the funnel, which is going to be much harder to convert those people. Anyway, guys, that's it for this video. I really hope that helped you see that journey from A to B, traffic to purchase, and diagnose that problem of why aren't your ads converting those customers. And it does require you to think for yourself, I know, but as an entrepreneur and business owner, this is an incredibly valuable skill that's going to serve you for this store and all the stores to come and all the businesses you run to come, because it's all about understanding your customer. I preach this, my whole channel, how to add value to people, how to create value for your customers. And this uses that same mindset where you're optimizing the whole funnel based on the people. Okay, you're not trying to force someone through a funnel that doesn't want to be there. You're trying to give them exactly what they want to solve whatever problem they have, whatever need they have. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. If you did like this video and you found it helpful, please let me know in the comments below. I appreciate all the feedback you have. Like the video if you can, and check out my other videos. I'll put those ones in the description for Hotjar and Google Analytics setups. Apart from that, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.